Hey everyone, Chris here. In today's video, I will be covering everything that was covered in DevStream 50. This was a big dev stream since it was the milestone of 50 dev streams in total, and they covered a lot, so let's just get right into this. So let's start off with who was in this dev stream. This dev stream had Forsythia, Jonas Pristiak, Antinos Domonstinos. Sorry if I butchered any of your guys' names. I really apologize. But moving into who they are, Forsythia is the community manager, who I'm sure a lot of us already know. Jonas is an analyst who likely looks at a lot of the data going on in the game to help others with decisions. And Tony is from marketing, but more specifically for this dev stream, he wanted to talk about lore. On the topic of lore, Tony talked about how the cassettes were made and how proud the dev team is of making them. They are a great part of the lore for sure, and I'll be covering more about them in future videos coming soon. They then talked regarding the issue of cassettes in the future following the end of the season, and that the dev team is currently talking about a solution to what will happen to the cassettes when the season is over. They vaguely hinted at the fact that they'll most likely be mementos, but we're going to have to see how this plays out. Moving on from lore, they addressed the issues of the 8-hour maintenance that occurred. If you don't know, on December 1st, they took down the servers for 8 hours to try and repair the servers a bit. This was likely done due to just how bad servers were getting over the last couple weeks. The server maintenance came back with a minor surprise of the return of the third map rotate as a holiday-themed map rotate. I don't really know if this helped the lag. I still have to play more, but from what I'm seeing, it might have helped a little bit. I'm going to need to hear your guys' opinion on if you think the 8-hour maintenance actually did anything. But moving on from there, they began to cover some graphs. The first one was the heat map of Kirsten's first 1,000 kills. This heat map is really cool, and Jonas showed off some of the color parts of the map, but unless you're a really huge stat and analysis person, this map didn't really have any major takeaways. The next stat was kind of a random but fun one, and that was the longest someone can run without dying in an encounter is around 4 kilometers. And that Grontheim is the map with the most traveling on it. Makes sense? And then from there, we also have the longest snipe on any map, he said was around 400 meters, and then it was done with a shotgun. If I were to take a guess, this would be done in 0.8, back when shotguns could snipe pretty well. The next draft we got was the heat map for Shootout in Sawmill. Again, very similar to Kirsten in that it's cool, but unless you're a massive nerd, it's not going to be a huge thing for you. For me, it was awesome, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I guess I am a nerd. Following from that, we got a graph of kill distance by different weapons. This info is groundbreaking, and either me or Bubba will be doing a full video on it in the future. But there's just not enough time in this video for this today. He also gave some other stats that the chat requested. None of major note. They're all just kind of minor stuff that we already knew or has already been deduced. He also talked about how this month the devs will be doing an advent calendar to celebrate the holidays, and that each day of the calendar there will be challenges that, if completed, will give you a chance at getting a reward. If you want to keep up to date with that, you're going to have to go to the Vigor official social media. I'm thinking Twitter is your best option. I think they are posting it on Instagram and other places like Facebook, but really I would advise Twitter for this because they're the most consistent with their Twitter page. They also confirmed that the bug with the airdrop not producing sound will be fixed with the next update. The next update I'm thinking will be the December update that brings in the holidays, but I could be wrong, and it could just be the mid-season 10.1 that is supposed to be coming anyway. The devs were really open to ideas and feedback this stream, even more so than normal, so that was really nice to see. And I didn't really cover a lot of the questions asked, since to me, a lot of questions people asked on dev streams were already covered in previous dev streams, or to me are just redundant questions that don't really need to be asked. But if you're somebody with a lot of questions, the dev stream is something you may want to watch. You may want to watch and see if they answered any of your questions. You can always ask me, though, and if it's already been something that the devs have answered, I can just reply to you very quickly with that answer. Hopefully, this gave you all the information about the dev stream you wanted to know. It's really great that we're through 50 dev streams and, maybe to 50 more. But this has been Chris Beast, and I hope to see you all next time.